The Russell Brand podcast is sponsored by Squarespace, an all-in-one platform that makes it fast and easy to create your own professional website. Squarespace offer beautiful templates, integrates seamlessly with Google Apps and Getty Images, and has dozens of other great features like dynamic cover pages, a simple logo designer, and much, much more. Every website comes with its own free online store, 24/7 live chat and email support, and you can even claim your very own domain name. Go to squarespace.com/RussellBrand for a free trial with no credit card required and start building your own website today. Squarespace. Build it beautiful.
You're listening to the Russell Brand podcast. I'm here with Matt Morgan. Are you all right, Matthew?
I'm more than all right.
Are you?
Yeah, feel good. I'm chipper.
We're in a proper environment, a proper radio environment. We're at the XFM studios, who we have a deal with our Audio Boom podcast.
We're out of the basement.
We're back on track. We've bounced back, or more appropriately, we've belly bounced back, because the belly bounce phenomenon continues to roll on. The belly bounce story of a man in Belfast belly bouncing his elderly neighbour right out of his garden seems to have really captured the imagination, Matthew. What do you think it is about the belly bounce, let's face it, a form of violence, that has so inspired people to write to us?
It's cartoonish.
Yes.
Although it was an assault that knocked an old lady down,
yeah,
there's an element of slapstick to it.
There's clear slapstick. It's not like, although some slapstick, like say this man in Belfast had poked his elderly neighbour right in the eye.
Or hit her with a frying pan.
You'd go, bloody hell.
That's a bit much, guys.
You're a monster for doing that. Mr. G's here. He'll be summarising this show in the form of a poem when it reaches its natural climax. If you want to communicate with us, you can. Russell and Matt at Audio Boom. That's how this person has done it. He's called Stronger. He says, my brother back in the late 80s when he was young and fat did the belly bounce on a regular basis. However, he called it ling long ling. Don't know why. He's autistic, so I guess it makes sense to him. Belly bounce! So now we've got belly bounce and the complex issue of autism. This young man's mentioning that his brother did a ling long lings.
I like the ling long ling.
Yeah,
Do you
I
think
like it.
Was that what he called it afterwards, or did he go ling long ling?
I like the way you created the belly bounce phenomenon, Matthew. You use the belly bounce as if you say it on issue.
You have to say it.
Belly bounce! And ling long ling. You'd do it in a thrust, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But there's some conversation as to whether a belly bounce is administered on a sway, on a rotation.
I think it's all in the hip. The belly slap, that would be more, I suppose. Sort of a pivot.
Yeah, don't pivot with that, particularly actually if you're carrying that much excess weight. Hey, the ling long ling makes it sound seductive. Ling long ling.
That's it.
Ling long ling.
That creepy little voice would be seductive.
Come on. If you are honest with yourself, you're a bit aroused.
I've got a raging erection.
Ling long ling.
Don't do it again. I'm going to burst.
There it goes. Okay.
I think the ling long ling involved a run up. Ling long ling.
Ling long ling.
This would be the last thing you'd hear.
Oh no, ling long ling is
Yeah.
about to be issued. Then Doxology95 says, the belly bounce conversation made me laugh out loud in the middle of the night, and then it says, apologies to my neighbours. Where does this person live? A hostel,
What,
a
after,
dormitory,
like,
a prison.
In the middle of the night? What? He listened to it in the day, and then in the middle of the night went...
Got a belly bounce. Come on.
Guys.
And there's another person here that attributes the belly bounce phenomena. This is Kelvin from Christchurch in New Zealand. Nice to know that people are listening to us in New Zealand, is it?
Yeah, it is, actually.
Especially as they made Lord of the Rings there, especially as they've got Maoris there. I like the New Zealand. I like
They've
the...
reduced their culture to rubble.
Yeah. Oh, I like the people of the Antipodes because they seem relaxed whenever I see them.
Do they?
Say you go to a cafe in Hoxton Street called Embassy East. Relaxed.
Specific example.
All right. You're just drifting
They
about
are,
less
actually. I've met
specifically.
those people, and they are. I think it's because they smoke a lot of weed.
Is that what they are? They're on drugs.
They're on
Okay,
drugs.
what we're dealing with here, this is drug addicts. This is the beast of addiction has risen its head very early on in the show. Well, this guy from New Zealand says this. Speaking of the belly bounce craze, there's a scene in Disney's Robin Hood where Friar Tuck belly bounces the sheriff Nottingham, sank wicked. As I watched this as a kid, it's been stuck right in my brain box and has set the bar high for all abdominal-related assertiveness. Nice sentence, well done. I loved it last week when you shared the story of the altercation in Northern Ireland. It immediately brought me back to this childish memory, etc., etc. So there you go, some provenance there of the belly bounce. Kelvin from Christchurch also demands a picture of your Lego table, mate.
There is a picture of it on my phone. I'll share it.
Yeah, because it just being on your phone, that's of no use. Well, there's a picture on my phone. I ask you simply to look at my phone, and then the problem's dealt with.
No, there's a weird stain on the carpet near it, and I'd rather take a nicer picture.
What's the stain? Ling long ling. What is the stain? Why is
I
there
don't know. That's what it's not what you'd think.
Well, you don't know what I think. I wasn't necessarily assuming sperm. I was thinking perhaps it was vomit.
I was talking about poo.
Is it poo?
No.
What is this Lego
It's
table
grey.
stain?
It's a grey stain. I
What
don't know
room
what
of the
it is.
house have you got these stains in?
In the front room.
Why don't we listen to a sting? Because people send us jingles. Let's listen to one, Matthew, and
Yeah.
Encourage people to send more.
Here's one from your friend in LA.
The Russell Brand Podcast with Matt Morgan Podcast. A podcast.
Morrissey could legitimately sue us for unfair use of charming man melody there,
Yeah.
but it's Hamish Wilson. Morrissey, if you do take up the case, a famously litigious man, Stephen Patrick Morrissey, it's Hamish Wilson who's the man that's using your intellectual property there for amusement, and may I say I found it rather disrespectful. Send your jingles to Russell and Matt at audioboom.com.
Try another one.
Yeah, I'd love to, because we've got to encourage
You're
people.
listening to the Russell Brand podcast with Russell and Matt.
I love kids, me. My
That's good, I like that.
ex-girlfriend. I love the ones with kids. Which one was it, mate? Who was it? Because we've got to credit them.
It was.
Mellotron.
I think it was
Belly Bounce on
Maid
Home.
Leon.
Mate, well, come on, mate. Made
Oh, hang on, look. Well, the
Maid Leon,
numbers
number
aren't on the
5.
thing. Number 5, fast kid jingle, Maid Leon.
This
That's
is
what
why
I
we're not
said.
on Radio 2
Mad
anymore.
Leon, sorry.
This is why we're not on the BBC.
Listen.
I always wondered why was it exactly that I was taken off the air. Now I know. Rank unprofessionalism. Shoddy jingles. It's your fault. Your fault.
I
Your
wasn't
fault.
there that day. Mad Leon. It was because I couldn't. I thought it was Maid Leon, like some sort of
Because his
Richard
O was a
Madeley
0. To be
alien.
fair, the O was a 0. So there's always, in broadcasting, there's 2 sides to every story. Perhaps people would do well to remember that. I love children, me, and there's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No.
Now, what about this statement, though? An ex-girlfriend said to me, the way you are with children makes me believe that Michael Jackson may not have been a paedophile. It's a weird statement,
That
isn't
is
it?
a minefield.
That's a minefield.
The way you are
With children makes me believe that Michael Jackson might not have been a paedophile. Because when you think about it, it's not bad. Because what she's saying is because I love children so much and really get on with them, and yet here I am, not a paedophile. I mean, the ideal thing for an anecdote is not to have to deny being a paedophile during it, I'll grant you. But the next best thing is one where you do have to.
Hang on,
and it's
that
this
is
one.
that is a confusing statement. So she's saying you're so lovely with kids that maybe Michael Jackson was
Maybe
lovely
that's
with
all
kids.
Michael Jackson was
Yeah,
doing.
but Michael Jackson was caught, wasn't he, like in bed with them and giving them wine and stuff?
Still, that isn't paedophilia.
Well, it is.
The wine.
Oh, it wasn't just. Well, yeah, getting them drunk. It wasn't just. It didn't
That's
end
not
there.
ideal. I didn't do any of those things. But no, I suppose what my ex-girlfriend was saying was perhaps Michael Jackson liked hanging out with kids and having a bloody good time.
No, yes, that's what she is.
She
saying,
is
but
saying
she's
that,
ill-informed
just to
about
clarify.
the actual things that went on.
She's ill-informed about their
Yeah.
actual evidence. Was there ever? Was he ever
There was loads of evidence. He paid loads of people off.
duck
Hang on.
butter?
Yeah, no, there was that. There
Duck
was Jesus
butter.
juice. He called wine.
Right, let's look at the facts, Jacko. There's duck butter. There's Jesus juice. That's just 2 things. But anyway, the fact is I love children. And the other day I was at a primary school lurking. No, I was at a primary school recording something for the Trues. And, children, God love them. There's a window between the age of like 5 and 7 where they're like these magical creatures from another dimension.
They're always magical.
Nah.
Well, actually,
about 9 they
the
start.
first
You
year
can tell,
is just
manipulative.
scary.
Right.
It's sort of like too hospitally and weird, and they're like aliens, and they keep going wrong, or you're scared they're going to go wrong.
Right.
But I think from 2 onwards, it's all like Play-Doh and scooters and fun.
I want one.
Well, you've got, you know how they, you know.
I meant a scooter. Now that's what I'd have done there. Is a little joke for your amusement. Take some of the heat out. Take some of the heat out the window joke.
I was once in a taxi, and I, for some reason, started talking to the bloke. You know when you just sort of start talking to a taxi driver
I
and think
always
this is
talk to the
too
driver.
deep a conversation. I started talking about the global economy
go deep.
and saying about how if the global currency changed from being the dollar, right, America, yeah, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And I
Know
used
about
that
that.
example of the Michael Jackson thing, or well, actually, the original
mean?
example was Salvador Dali goes for dinner, never pays for dinner because when he signs the check, they go, "Oh, look," and stick it
They
on the wall,
frame it
right?
so the chickens never come home to roost.
Right, exactly, financially. So I even made the step of updating it, thinking this bloke might not know who Salvador Dali is. I said Michael Jackson,
Patronising.
which is another one I've heard of, right?
What,
Another
Jacko? They
version.
wouldn't cash Jacko's checks.
Oh my God, you're doing the same thing as the
Oh, no,
cab
mate.
driver.
Oh, what exactly? What's going on, mate? with Jacko's
he
checks?
was like Turkish or something. He was going, hey, what? So Michael Jackson, he never paid for dinner. I said,
he got all that money and he got paid for his harvester.
yeah, exactly. I was saying to him, no, it's an analogy, right? It just means that if Michael Jackson is so the way that the US dollar works is, hey, what? You got all those albums and don't even pay for his dinner.
I mean, Thriller, it's a great big hit. Why are you not participating?
You got to pay for your dinner. I don't like that, mate. And I was going, oh, no, I don't know if it's true. It's not true of Michael Jackson. He did pay for dinner.
I mean, the pedophilia is
No,
one thing,
that's what
but
he
you're
said.
not paying for your dinner.
You know what he said at the end of the conversation? He went, you know what? That pisses me off more than the stuff with the kids.
He's got an odd value system.
Yeah,
that
but
Turkish
he couldn't
driver.
get over it. He couldn't get, A, that it was an analogy, and B, for the whole journey, even when I'd thought, oh, God, I've got to change the subject, he was
Yeah.
like, no, I don't,
Nah.
because all the music and the dancing and people, but I
They
bought
pay good
albums.
money. I'm thinking I'll put a couple of quid in his pocket. He
you
won't
know.
pay for a ham sandwich.
I go and pay for dinner, I put a tip down, and we
Come
got,
on.
I'm a
Big
cab driver.
people. It's minimum wage.
Yeah.
What I don't like is when you're trying to explain something complex to someone and then they fall at the first hurdle. Like,
Well, give me an example.
a friend of mine, David Baddiel, as a matter of fact, was trying to explain double slit theory to me. You know how when you
Right.
fire electrons through a double slit, and it's also to do with electrons, like electrons being either a wave or a particle, depending
Well,
on
no,
whether or
do
not they're
break that
observed.
down. Some people don't have that in their lexicon of normal things.
Electrons can behave as a wave or a particle depending on whether or not they are observed, and they did an experiment to observe this phenomenon, and I don't want to break it down because it is actually quite complicated, but when David...
Well, no, there's two slits and sometimes...
God's sake.
What, there's three holes? Oh, God, I've fallen at the
Oh, no.
first.
Well,
There's
no,
two
yeah.
slits, there's three
Now,
holes.
if you go through the first slit, wash it off before you go into the second slit at all costs. No, he was trying to explain it, and I couldn't get even to the bit where he was talking about quantum physics and the fact that the pattern on the second panel indicates that they're behaving as a wave or a particle. I was just caught up in... So hold on a minute, mate. What's going
Who
on?
made these slits?
Oh, is it exactly? That's made it in a slit. What's doing that with electrons for? Like, I got quite.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they haven't even got to the complicated bit yet.
Yeah, no, that's annoying when I try and explain things to you.
Hold on a minute. Do you mean I do it often?
No, you're very intelligent.
I'm smart as a whip, ain't I? As we know,
But that
I'm
is
the
weird.
cleverest
that thing.
man in the world now.
Means that some particles behave differently when they know they're being watched. Is basically the quick way of explaining that.
Yeah,
innit?
the quick way of saying it is on the most fundamental quantum level, reality seems to interact with human consciousness.
Yeah.
And the most fundamental laws of Newtonian physics are challenged by the same electron appearing simultaneously in different places.
Yeah.
I mean, it just means that the world goes all weird and miraculous at the sub-molecular level.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
What's that quote about? Like, if the world we're part of the world, so we could never understand it because
What you can't understand.
we're a product of it within it. So it's like a character in a computer game, being able to
Right.
understand the programming of the computer game.
Well, I like that because I say this, mate, when I've set up these gigs on Monday nights, True Musings they're called. Basically, do you know why I've done it? I went to India and I see the gurus dressed in blankets and I thought, and they're getting asked questions.
Right.
Now, these gurus, they're sat up there and
Is
everyone's...
this why you dress in blankets now?
Yeah, one of the reasons. And that's one of the reasons. Like, the gurus are getting asked these questions and everyone's very reverential. And when I was out in India watching these reverential questions getting asked, I thought, that should be me getting asked those reverential questions.
How many people you slept with? 2. Well, you got jealous of gurus being asked reverential questions.
Right. And
I'll have a bit of that.
hang on, I want to be asked some reverential questions. Ask me a reverential question.
I've got a blanket.
Hold on. You want a blanket? I'll put a blanket on. Go on. Ask us a reverential question. So Monday nights at my True Musings, I do reverential question and answer sessions.
Is that all you took from gurus taking reverential questions? This isn't fair. They should be asking me questions.
Hey!
All right, that's it. Great. That's the end of the questions. Anyone want to ask me anything? Is that what you... Did you not
I
ask...
have a
did you ask
reverential question. Why don't you ask me some reverential questions? I've got a bloody blanket back at home.
What makes you so special?
Hey, ask me a reverential question. Actually, that was quite... when I asked the guru, am I a reverential... Lama, a reverential question. She's a hugging saint out there in India, in Kerala. Find out about the hugging saint. She does incredible philanthropic work. It's unfathomable. She's, in a way, the Indian Oprah Winfrey. She set up all these organisations. Very brilliant woman. I got to hang out with her in her room for a bit, under close scrutiny.
Under a blanket?
No blankets involved. We kept a safe distance. And I goes to her, what about the old ego, though? I said. And she looked at me like as if she didn't really even understand what's going on. I goes, me, I'm at war with the old ego, narcissism, doing things for the wrong reasons, e.g. setting up a reverential questions night, Mondays, down at the Proud Archivist East London, True Musings. Come along if you can. I mean, actually, the tickets, they fly off the shelves. There's only 100 available. I mean, it's not, I don't need to push it, is what I'm saying. So,
what'd she say?
My reverential question was, I goes, this is what I said. I goes, now, Diego Maradona. So it's mad, because then there's a translator. I've been in a few situations with translators. 1, this woman. 2, Dalai Lama. The translator, I think you're nosing this up for me. I'd like to think that you're not arcsing it the way... I always say arcs.
I know.
I say, you're not arcsing me, I always say. You're not arcsing that question the same way as what I've done.
Yeah, because the translator could be going, well, what he's sort of groping for here is,
Yeah.
I'm trying to understand what he means, but it's something about being big-headed, I think.
Exactly.
They're
putting a spin on it.
Yeah.
They're putting a spin on it.
And they're putting a spin on what comes back.
Because I did a good... Exactly. I don't know
It's
what a
coming
Dalai
from a
Lama
guru. That's
was on
coming
about.
from them. And then they might change one word and it completely ruins it.
That's the nectar of the Lord. I don't want it going through some sort of filtration system, particularly as I know for a fact I was doing some smashing jokes up there with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and he didn't crack a smile.
Jokes.
He did not even laugh, Matthew.
No.
So I thought, this geezer's nosing up the translation, because my gear is top notch. There's no way the joke ain't working.
Dalai Lama's always smiling, though. Was he smiling?
No. I've never seen him look so pissed off. He looked like he was going to work out there. He said he didn't want to be in the moment no more. He said it was bullshit. It's just about enough of this claptrap. It looked like he was going to wallop me.
Let's break this down. So let's do Amma first and then we'll go to the Dalai Lama.
Okay, mate. So firstly, I'm with this Amma, and I goes, look, how can I, as a person who's struggling with the ego, struggling with my own individual identity, how can I improve? And what can you teach me? Because it seems, I said, that you've got a kind of genius for spirituality. And then I'll use this example.
I mean, look at you. You're not even wearing leather trousers.
Well, yeah, where's your pants, baby? Look at you. Where's your cut piece?
Yeah.
Well, I goes, Maradona, I said, was famously not a good...
Did she know that was?
No.
Right,
so that's why
on.
it's all starting to break down. Maradona, said I, chest out, I declaimed it. Maradona was not a good football coach because he was a genius. And, you can't convey genius, why don't... because the coaching sessions with the Argentinian squad must have wound up with, why don't you be Maradona?
Yeah,
What's he going to say? It's not like the stuff he does just comes naturally, gracefully through him, through some unknowable cosmic force, perhaps the very force that makes electrons behave differently under observation, some unknowable entity which we can never understand. And I tried to use Maradona as an example, though why I thought an Argentinian footballer would be the best analogy to communicate with an Indian mystic and guru escapes me. Anyway, she just goes, no, I've never been that egotistical.
Or in that accent.
Yeah, she's from Romford.
Can't even know why it's translated it. See you later, mate.
All right, lovely question. See you, cut a bunch, yeah? Go on, try a few quid in the bin on the way out.
So hang on, what did she say? She said...
She just said that she didn't ever really get that egotistical.
Yeah.
She didn't ever feel
well,
it.
that's the same thing. She's not egotistical, so your question just seems like, why is he asking
what's
that?
What's he on about?
Yeah.
Then Dalai Lama, right? With him...
Why were you meeting him again? What happened?
It was brilliant, it was. I got a letter. So I got a mate of mine, one of Noel Gallagher's mates, actually. Should we ring Noel later? Get him on the show. One of Noel Gallagher's mates goes, all right, no, he's from Blackpool. I think talk like that. Russell, do you want to meet the Dalai Lama? And I thought, well, this ain't going to happen. Before I knew it, I was
He's round there in this van.
I got him here. I just I see him walking round in Nepal, so I've just given him a dig in the guts, stuck him in back of my transit. It was he goes, do you want to meet the Dalai Lama for some sort of thing? And I went, well, yeah. I'm thinking, this will never happen.
Yeah, right.
Cobblers. Yeah. And then before I knew it, Dalai Lama. Well, not before I knew it. There were some administrative stages where I had to speak to these various emissaries.
Is this where he had a magic carpet and you trod on it and stuff?
That's right. I stomped up and down on his magic carpet.
So what did he say?
He wouldn't care about a magic carpet. There was a carpet leading all the way from the dressing room to the stage, and someone goes to me, don't step on that, because it was at the Manchester Arena. Don't step on that. That's the Dalai Lama's carpet. I thought, you don't care about that. Why is he going to... He's not
And he
going
did care, didn't he?
be reincarnated 5 times and then like go, oh, well, that's my carpet. You won't care, will you? Will you? Anyway, also another thing on the Dalai Lama list, he pulled my beard and it actually hurt.
Yeah, I know. But what was his thing about ego?
He said you're a prick. no, his thing about like, no, the translation thing there is I said like, can we, I don't know, all express our love of God or creation or oneness through whatever means we want, like through cage fighting. I said something about cage fighting, and like,
I think you're blaming translators.
Yeah,
here,
you think
but
the jokes
your
aren't
referencing is off. Diego Maradona and cage fighting.
right.
Oh, look, this translates, man. Right balls up of this.
Well done, pal. Very good joke. Dead in the water.
You only get one conversation with the Dalai Lama in your life. You've gone and mentioned cage fighting. You've gone and translated exactly what I said, you idiot.
I don't think he did say cage fighting.
Well, what could he have done? Did he mime it?
Look, I just got the idea that my joke was good and the Dalai Lama looked pretty pissed off,
Well,
and I'd like to blame the translator.
Run the joke by us. Do you remember it?
Dalai Lama, Dalai Lama on a dusty road. What's wrong with that?
So hang on. You don't have to tell us the joke because you've
Embarrassed.
realised. Yeah, but the cage fighting.
Can't
thing,
remember it.
It's probably something like if you're really good at something.
Can you be God's cage fighter or something like that? Cage fighter from pure consciousness. And he just looks up. I've seen him say something to translate like, "Get that guy out of here! Get him off my carpet! Tell that carpet walking bastard to get off my stage!"
He just bent down very slowly, grabbed the carpet, and went,
Man, like teacups fell over. He like when he first saw me, he just started laughing. He just went.
that's perfectly natural. So he's one of us then.
He laughed and then he went, "You are free, you are free," like that.
Did he?
You are free.
I've given him that voice.
That's how he talked.
Did he say that in English?
You are free. Yeah, he went,
You are free. Come follow me. Woohoo!
That's all right, little leprechaun.
You are free.
Doing that, ain't you?
Yeah.
Do a bit more of it.
You are free. Hello.
That's supernatural.
What? The voice?
Hear the voice there.
Yeah. It's just one
Took
of my
it to a
talents,
new,
you know.
You've got a lot of dimensions to your
Oh,
talent.
yes, mate.
Russell and Matt podcast. You bet your ass.
This episode of Russell's podcast is brought to you once again by Squarespace. It's a beautifully simple way to create websites and even full online shops of your very own from just $8 a month. Or try it out at squarespace.com/RussellBrand. Build it beautiful.
You listening to the Russell Brand Podcast with Russell and Matt. Oh yeah.
I rang you up, of course, didn't I, when I was doing the Red Nose Day?
Yep, you did.
I got in trouble for that Red Nose Day.
Did you?
Well, a bit.
Well, imagine what would have happened if we'd have done the stuff we talked about on the phone.
I rang Matt up. I was doing Red Nose Day, and so and I realised about 10 o'clock at night or something, when I was meant to be on at 11, I was watching it on the telly. I was watching Red Nose Day on the telly and looking at it, and it's all at the Palladium and all shiny and that, and I thought, hang on a minute, I'm going to be there in a minute. I don't know what I'm going to say to these people, and I was worried. So I rang Matt up like a late night sort of drug dealer phone call, or sort of like a comedy booty call. Help me, Matthew, do you know any jokes, mate? Like just rang up for some gags and stuff. And like, just give me some clocks and gear, like type stuff. And we worked out some quite nice things, I thought, on the
Yeah,
phone.
it was all right, wasn't it?
In the end, it was all right. But I mean, that some of the
Why'd
things
you
that
get
I
in trouble?
improvised, well, because I improvised. Well, I think that's the end of the sentence, because I improvised. That's the problem.
I would leave it there.
So it's bloody improvisation. The bit, for example, where it goes, there was a joke, like John Bishop was doing this VT from Africa about this, for frappants, a word that we need to bring back into the mainstream.
Yeah.
You can get these syringes that once you've plunged them,
Oh, I did. I remember
the
this.
plunger won't come out again.
now. And you mimed shooting up.
That's right.
Is that what got you in
Said-
trouble?
And I said that, that's the last thing you want from a needle. Like that kind of like really childish, stupid joke.
Oh, dear.
And said sharing is caring and things like that. But it was actually very funny, and the audience at the Palladium really went for it. It was like Sammy Davis
told
was back
you
on the
off?
show. It was like Brucey.
Richard Curtis?
No one told me off, actually. They were all very happy. Richard Curtis said it was like the good old days of comic relief when it was teetering on the precipice of madness.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't get told off. I just saw in the Sun. It said Loon. It said Loon Brand.
Oh.
Loon brand needle remark shocker. And then they always report things badly. Like he goes, there was embarrassed laughter from the audience. Lauder's cracked up laughing. He can't what do you mean it's embarrassed laughter? They were loving
Don't worry
it.
about it.
Right, so the Dalai Lama. He's
Talking
got
of John Bishop,
yeah.
we never talked. I don't think about the GQ Awards, did we? And I thought about that this morning.
GQ Awards. That went well.
That went really well. Unless you were the GQ Awards.
In which case, you were outed as being sponsored basically
That
by
was
Nazis.
funny though, wasn't it? The GQ Awards. G was there.
Yep.
I think. Noel was there.
Q was there. I ain't got to do stuff like that.
It was,
appreciate it.
Shall we talk about that?
Yeah, all right, if you wanna.
Well, the first thing that happened was you weren't on Noel's table. They'd made a mistake. And Noel wanted you on his table.
Yeah.
So I originally got sat down with, what's his name, Roger Daltrey.
That's not.
I was on his table.
You were
and I
sat
was
with
like,
Roger Daltrey out of the Who.
Yeah, and I was sat there
Did he
thinking,
chat to you? He's all right, actually, Roger.
he's
Daltrey,
really
isn't he?
nice, yeah. And all
Why,
his-
son?
all
Be
the
friendly,
people on
won't
his
he?
table were just his mates growing up, sort of like gruff, sort
Well,
of
that's
Cockney
brilliant.
blokes.
Gruff Cockneys. He stayed true to his roots.
Yeah.
Roger Daltrey.
So I was like, I'm on Roger Daltrey's
Does a lot of
table.
work for Teenage
This is
Cancer Trust.
brilliant.
Great
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And then suddenly it was like, get up, you're moving. And
Who
then
said that?
You!
Oh.
And then dragged over
Because I
to a
was thinking
table.
that character is where the problem started.
Who?
Well, the character that goes, get up, you're moving.
Oh, right.
I thought, this is the fly in the ointment.
Yeah.
And it was me.
And it was you.
Hmm.
And then so there was this awkward thing where what happened was John Bishop was somehow bounced off the table.
That
Not
was
literally.
inadvertent. He moved on the bish.
Yeah.
I don't know who took those cards and moved them away, but it's John Bishop and his wife, who are actually friends of mine, John and his wife, and some of the Bishop family, very good people. Yeah, were inadvertently sidelined. I didn't know that had happened.
Like little name badges were moved to another table.
I don't like getting a name badge anyway when I sit down. I don't like sitting there and reading my name on
Yes,
a
you
table.
do.
Russell.
What would you like to read?
Just like sit where you want, mate.
No, but so that was embarrassing because he was in the right because he was meant to be
Well, it's
sitting
just
there.
been moved just so
Yeah.
that you could sit where you wanted. And I'll tell you what, mate,
I was happy with Daltrey.
you ruined those GQ awards, whether it's playing bloody musical chairs with a talent or coming up with Nazi schemes.
And then so that was so after that we all got sat down. Everyone seemed to be all right, didn't we?
Mick was there, G was there,
Yeah,
was
we were
there.
all there. And then
What I liked was the atmosphere of competitiveness that was developing on the table amongst us, saying like, we could probably capsize this awards into
that was
nonsense.
just in your head.
Oh no! These sort of things always happen. I
you
think
said to
something's
me,
happening
"What shall I
in the
say?"
real world,
Yeah.
but it's not.
It's not.
That's in the brain.
Yeah. Who were you thinking you were having a I'm at war with these guys? I've got to do the worst thing in the room.
Righty-ho!
John Bishop, look at him eating his dinner.
Over there.
He's plotting something brilliant. He's going to mention the Nazis. I'd get in there first.
Okay, Bish, it's a race to Goebbels, is it? Well, I'll see you there at
Oh,
Nuremberg.
that was funny, though, because we talked about it and went, well, because you knew, didn't you, that when we talked
Yeah,
about
Hugo
it before,
Boss. I've
Hugo
always
Boss
known Hugo
made
Boss
the
designed the
outfits for the
Nazi
Nazis, right?
costumes.
But
It's
after
like part of my information in my brain, like Terminator 2.
yeah, but what
It's a
happened
film
was
about robots.
it disrupted the evening because after you'd said that, then Stephen Fry, who's partly Jewish, isn't he? He sort of went, oh, well, I didn't realise my suit was, I feel bad. And then so he felt bad and said something. And then Jeremy Piven, who's Jewish, he went really serious on it, went, well, you know, my people and stuff. And it was like, oh, God. So, like, you imagine
I was
Hugo
enjoying it.
Boss were thinking, well, this is backfired.
The whole evening's capsized into a big Nazi bloodbath.
I know, it was bad.
I
And then-
actually, I've seen the footage back. I goose-stepped.
Oh, you
on the
did?
stage,
Yeah.
I goose
Basil
stepped.
40.
Basil Fawlty style. Proper,
Yeah.
traditional move.
And then when we were leaving, there was that guy,
Oh, that was
the
amazing.
editor of
Yeah,
GQ,
what's his name, that dude?
Dylan something.
Dylan Jones.
Because I remember everyone who went up there went, I'd like to thank Dylan, I'd like to thank Dylan. So we were obviously aware of this guy's really important.
Dylan.
And then Noel went up and went, I'd like to thank Dylan, the Stones and the Beatles. They did a good job. Yeah,
Nice
but then,
to know that while there's wars going on in Syria, William Hague sat here prattling about.
I don't know, there was, no, Noel said, welcome to the Tory party conference.
Yeah, it's
Because it
good.
was full of Tories, wasn't it? Boris Johnson. Well, GQ's a pretty conservative thing, isn't it? But anyway, we were coming down this escalator to
And it was a
leave.
long, long escalator. It was like
was
something
too
out
long.
of Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Like a great big sci-fi escalator. Went on and on and on and on.
On and on and on.
only
And there was a
people on
bloke at
was
the bottom
us.
of it who was
Yeah.
pacing and looked furious.
And it was only him, so it was like it was an escalator to that man. In my
Yeah.
mind, it was like sort of stairway to heaven, but escalator to that
And we
man.
both sort of clocked it and thought, hello, something's going on
going
there.
on? Pacing,
and then we,
pacing.
hello, someone's up for it. And then as we got closer, he went to you. He sort of leaned in. He went, you haven't exactly covered yourself in glory tonight.
He said it like we were married. It was Dylan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. You'll be sleeping on the settee.
Slut. It's like that, wasn't it?
Don't you ever darken my name.
I saw what you were doing, that gentleman. It was like he sort of pulled you into him.
You smelt his glove.
You've got lipstick all over your face. Now get in the car.
Did I say something cool? Come on, mate. I must have.
I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
You did,
I
I
know.
think.
I did actually.
Well, we didn't know who he was.
We didn't know. No, I worked it out.
Microphone, darling.
The cool thing.
Microphone, darling.
Oh yeah. So the cool thing I said was, he goes, I think you should probably apologise to our sponsors. I goes, I think that they should probably
yeah.
apologise to the Jews.
Yes, you did say
Yes,
that.
that's a cool thing to have said.
That was the story of the GQ Awards. It did actually carry on into Matthew Freud's house.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that? We went to a mad party there.
There was rarer works of art hanging around. A Chris
Yep.
of Philly, Gilbert and George.
It was an amazing house, wasn't it?
I couldn't believe that such things were going on.
And there was a crazy mix of famous people there.
Who was there?
Clarkson was there.
Clarkson.
Piers Morgan was there.
Morgan.
Samuel Jackson.
Was Usher
Jackson.
Pharrell was there.
there? Pharrell was
Pharrell?
there.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson, yeah.
Usher.
It was the weirdest mix of people.
I feel nervous when I think about things like that, and I don't like it.
Why?
I'd rather be doing me reverential questions tonight, dressed in a blanket.
Yeah, no, it makes me a bit on edge, that sort of
It's
thing.
not natural. It's not natural for spiritual men like us.
Yeah, and there's that journalist from GQ there, wasn't there? And he tried to wind you up.
He tried to wind me up, and I did one of my. Oh no, I forgot about that.
You did, yeah.
I did one of my fight moves.
This bloke's, Noel told me he's actually well known as a journalist for like winding people up. He
wound
tried
me
to
up.
wind Noel up, like going up to him and going, "Your brother's better than you," and things like that, trying to get a rise out of
And I
people.
don't mean Liam, I mean Paul.
But he was like whispering in your ear, wasn't he? And he was all gleeful and evil-eyed, trying to get you to sort of kick off, and you did with one of your famed hiss attacks.
It's a time for a hissing, boy! Fetch my hissing boots!
So I was stood there. Can we say who we
Yeah,
stood
you
with?
and Doctor Who had to stop me doing it.
Doctor Who?
Yeah, Matt.
David
Doctor
Mitchell
Who.
I was with.
Oh God! Oh,
Oh,
no!
God.
This is no
I
bloody
stood with
good.
him and his wife was
Oh,
talking to
Jez.
you. There was a situation going on.
Yeah.
And
No,
then-
Doctor Who. I remember Doctor Who going to me.
which Doctor Who?
Skinhead younger one,
Matt Smith.
Yeah, I remember him going, "Come on, mate, come on, let's just leave it." And then he hooed me out the door.
Can you go back in time and make that not happen, please?
I just hissed at that gentleman. I think I made a
No,
crap
you
for him.
did. It was all right. It was
was
all
all
right.
right for
I was
me,
covering
mate.
it, thinking I was just about to knock him out, from the side. But you sort of there was a hiss and a grab.
Are you
and a
sure
sort
there
of-
was a hiss? Can we remove the hiss from the story?
Okay, there was no hiss.
There was no discernible
There was no hiss
happened.
like an angry mother goose. You say that to me? Oh. He just sort of went,
The hiss is like my transformative super grand move.
oh, it's your war cry.
I have the power! Up he goes!
It's like that.
It's like kazoo myself into war mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
I
brilliant.
hiss myself to another dimension.
And then what happened? There was sort of,
Pay
that was a
close
bit of a
attention.
scuffle, and then we all got in a car and left.
Yeah, them were the days.
Rounded
Off we was in the
everyone
van.
up.
I remember we threw. Oh, it was that ex-girlfriend. She went, "Your friends were a rabble." It was just a big car full of people. We'd turned up at Matthew Freud's house. There'd been a scuffle and a fight. There'd been some hissing. Then there's all people on each other's backs. It was ridiculous.
It was funny though.
Good old days. Why don't you play a jingle?
Oh, you want one, do you?
Remind us that we're doing radio. We're back on the radio, Max. This is it. This is the airwaves.
You are listening to the Russell Brand podcast with Matt, Russ and G. Forget the old, there's new comedy gold, like belly bouncing and homeless photography. Belly bounce.
What?
Love it. Love it. Very good. She referenced the homeless photographs of when a homeless man sent me photographs of his genitals.
Have you made those public yet?
No, actually. No, because I thought it might be out of order. To the home
No, I
site.
think blank his face out.
Blankety blank, blankety blank. Yeah.
I mean, he's still a human being. Blank his face out.
Blank.
But like, they are
Blank
funny.
his face out!
And it isn't. It's not like you can see his genitals properly. He's sort of pulled
They're
a.
curved over, as you said, into a bubble. Like
He's
it's
pulled a
like
bubble of skin
a jelly
through a
ring
hole.
of knob. A
Yeah.
knob jelly ring.
I think share them.
All right. Let's
It's
get them
art,
out
mate.
there.
It's
Well,
art.
I think they've been sent to you, actually. They're probably on your phone
I've
with
got
your
'em, yeah.
stained Lego table.
Well, that's what the stain
Your
was.
phone must have a right state. I hope you don't get arrested and people go through it, because it's the right catalogue of filth.
What do you mean? Only
Well,
things that you've
dirty
sent
Lego
me.
tables, an homeless bloke with their nuts out. What are the police going to think when they eventually get
50%
round
of
to
those
you?
things were from your phone.
Well, that's not going to stand up in court, old bean. I'll say I'm old Russ, friend to the homeless, friend to the stars, a man that can dine with his legs under any table, except for a Lego table. There's a stain on the floor. I have nothing to do with that bloody thing. Dirty business all round. What are you looking down at? Thinking you
Going
need a
through
new
me
item?
paperwork.
Okay, well, we can do that. Who was that did that jingle? Let's credit the woman. She did one of those breathy things like all adverts are done like that
It
now, aren't they?
was Harriet Terrill.
Good work, Harriet. I love the way you refer to the culture of the show. I love the jingle. Keep your jingles coming to us. You can send them at audioboom.com. You can, or you can email Russell and Matt at audioboom.com.
Do you want to do that blanket thing, since we were talking about blankets and
What about a
spirituality?
blanket? What do you want to
Well,
say?
that good email that you went, I'll have that one. I'm reading that out.
Where is my beloved?
I'm going to read it out because you've
No.
lost it.
Oh no! He's gonna.
Got an email here from Poor Club. Do you want to do this? I read this out earlier. And I'm doing that on the show.
You'll ruin this. You'll never be able.
I
What a shower of shite!
I lost my blanket when I was 3 on a road trip.
Who's it from?
Poor Club already said that. You were scrabbling
You
around
had
like
too
a rat.
much spit in your mouth there. Poor Club, receipt, yeah.
I snorted. Hang on. Let's get this
God,
right.
this is the worst email of
Bloody
show's
right.
history.
I lost my blanket when I was 3 on a road trip. The hotel managers couldn't find it, so they gave me a welcome mat that was very coarse. This was the beginning of the... This
See?
was, edit this.
No.
This was the...
Leave it in.
This was the beginning of the end for me. Great show, guys, and that's from Poor Club. What a lovely email. So he lost his blanket. and it
You
was
would not
replaced with a
make it
welcome
on
mat
air
that was
without
coarse.
me. That's what I'm saying. You would not make it. Whereas me, without you on the air,
I killed
an
that.
uncheckered, untroubled, glorious ascent, strength to strength.
Do you remember when we first started doing radio and
Yep.
we had to fight the urge to be smashy and nicey?
Yeah,
'Cause-
dude. Let's never go back. Let's never go back.
Well, don't
to
put that
smashing
into your
nicey.
consciousness.
No way.
Now,
I'm
when you
pro.
first start doing things, you have to go, that's not like...
Don't do the
that was-
cliche.
Don't... Yeah, I know, I'm not doing it. I'm saying you
I
have to
know.
be aware
I'm-
of
I'm
it.
joining you
I
in
know,
that.
but why are you attacking me?
Because some people said that this is what Kurt Cobain so neatly encapsulated, that he was aware that there was no new territory in late capitalism, that every countercultural move is reappropriated by the capitalist mainframe, that MTV loves nothing more than an anti-MTV protest on MTV.
And
that
you
he
can get
was
that kind of thing from The Truth. It's on YouTube.
That's on YouTube. Pennies it cost you to watch that stuff. Yeah, so
no,
anyway, but
yeah.
that's a good point. That's what Kurt Cobain so neatly encapsulated, is the awareness that we're trapped in this late capitalist, postmodern bubble.
Nothing
where
is
there
original.
Nothing's original anymore. Everything. Apparently, Marx and Engels said, know by this sign that you are approaching the end of capitalism, that the culture becomes all about revivalism and pastiche, that there is no original, and there is a sort of overwhelming sense of irony, that things aren't sincere
That's
and
what we
real.
live in,
Everything's
innit?
in inverted commas. What about when you go out with a girl and everything's in inverted commas? Shall we pop back to my place? No.
Do you want to come in for a cup of sex?
I mean sausage. I mean spunk. Oh Christ!
No, but I know what you mean. That is
No,
true.
I mean
We live-
like some people. Their whole personality seems ironic. Like they're dressed in an ironic frock. We've got an ironic
Yeah.
fringe. Everything's ironic now. I mean I suppose what Chris Morris was satirising in Shoreditch Twat was a time of
Nathan
all-encompassing irony.
Yeah.
Nathan Barley. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
That was that magazine, Shoreditch Twat.
Oh yeah,
got the same
that
vibe.
Charlie Brooker. I think, but they worked together.
It was
Didn't they?
Charlie,
I mean, that's
yeah.
okay. I mean,
But
it's
yeah.
like a book down.
But
But anyway,
I was on a train just now, right, and there was these girls from Finland, and I know, but they were they were talking to each other in English. I think some were Swiss, some were Swedish, actually. Some were
how do you know the difference between Scandinavian?
because they were
languages? You
talking
don't.
about. They were going, well, no, in Sweden there is this, and they were sort of like talking about their different
In
countries.
Sweden,
like,
where I'm
they were
from.
Scandinavian, yeah, like that. It was beautiful, but they were knitting, right?
No.
Two of them were
Ironic
knitting.
knitting.
No, not ironic. Nothing they were doing was ironic.
It was sincere.
And this military helicopter went past over London, right? You know, a Chinook, like a helicopter with two things. And they
Yeah.
were going, oh, yes, that is a Chinook helicopter, a military helicopter. And they were talking about it. And they were, without irony, they were like sort of like nans, but young.
Young
And I
nans.
thought, oh, they're nice.
You like
English
young
girls
nans.
are probably, they'd all be sitting there.
Young Nan, you are sat on the train. I said, Young Nan, you are knitting again. I said, Young Nan.
Have you got a young nan?
Why don't you send us your Young Nan stories
No,
to
just
Russell
send the
and Matt?
young nan. Just send the young nan.
Just send us a young. I'd love a young Nan.
Oh, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it?
I miss my Nan.
I miss mine.
We miss our Nans, and that's why we need young Nans. There's a
But anyway, my point was they seemed unfettered by, like, irony.
Yeah, irony.
And so they weren't dressed like,
prescriptive.
you know, like even
nothing
like,
real, nothing's real, man.
like even the way we dress. You know, it's all a harking
Hold on
back
a
to
minute,
some
is this a
old
cliche?
rock and roll cliche.
Yeah, look at what I'm wearing. Converse trainers, leather
Leather
tight
trousers.
pants, sort of a skull necklace that means nothing to me, a sort of jumper, you know, tattoos, Hindu tattoos, Oscar Wilde quotes, Bible quotes. I'm a goddamn cliche, baby. What's going
But
to stop it?
we're men of our time. We can't help it. Imagine you lived at the time of punk when you think, oh, this is really happening.
Hmm.
Where's our rock stars now?
Where's our rock stars
Get him on the
now?
phone. Where is
Actually,
our
yeah, let's
little
ring him.
Noel Gallagher? He's our little rock star.
Texted him. Where is he? He's probably on tour. He won't be able to cope. Let's ring him up. He'll be
Go on,
fine.
ring him up.
Actually, it looks like, you know when you see those dots on an iPhone, that means that the person's trying to phone you or whatever?
Bubble dots.
Bubble dots, yeah.
Yeah. Dots in a
Bubble
bubble.
dots.
What, he's doing bubble dots to you?
It's like he's... Yeah, well, that means he's about to say something, don't it?
That's weird.
Well, yeah, now I'm ringing him. Right, well, I ain't got time to wait for the bubble dots, baby. What's that?
So no, I can't hear anything.
I'm right in the middle of an interview with some really important game.
No, you're...
Cooking magazine. It's a cooking magazine.
You're with a cooking magazine. What?
I'm going to have to call you back. I'm going to have to call
Abandon the interview. You don't talk to cooking magazines.
He's
I'm talking to come interview with a cooking magazine. That was the last time Noel Gallagher was ever heard alive. His final words. I'm doing an interview with a cooking magazine. I'll have to call you back.
like you said, rock and roll's dead. It's all about flan.
He does seem like
Cooking
a man with a
magazine.
plan. Yeah.
That's raised more questions than
I know.
answers.
That's a problem, Matt. We know even less than before. But I think the only way to end this age of irony is through embracing new spirituality through the realm of consciousness and the sub-quantum world. That's my answer. I'll be working that out over the next few months when I'll be announcing a new religion.
Do you think that something we can't be post-history? Something's going to happen. Some new music. Something's got to happen where there's a cultural change.
something's got to give, baby?
Do you know what?
It's
If there was
revolution.
some sort of like proper nuclear war or something, that would get us. Well, it would set things back. What I'm saying is,
You're pro
a lot of
nuclear
people would
war.
die, but the music might get better.
It really might cheer up a flagging music scene. I mean, my gums are bleeding, but have you heard that beat? Matthew, it seems to me like a high price to pay. A very high price to pay indeed. Perhaps what we need is the emergence of a new god, and yes, what I'm talking about now, sexpot, is a link. Catholic primary school head teacher forced pupils to lie down on the floor while she pretended to ring God on her mobile to say they had been naughty. Now that's out of order because a child don't know how God works, and in fact an adult don't know how God works, so the child's going to just think that you can ring God up on a phone. I mean, I just rang up Noel Gallagher on a phone. Some people would regard him as at least as a minor saint of cooking and moaning and eyebrows. So in a way, that's a very cruel thing to do, isn't it?
It is cruel. And she's like, so getting them to lie on the floor, you're already in probably these. I mean, things that happened
You're
to me
in
at
choppy
school. I
waters.
was hit round the head. I was sexually
Honestly?
abused. I was, well, more or less.
What do you mean more? Oh, when they followed you into the swimming pool?
Yeah, all that sort of stuff. But nowadays, when
Monkey
you see something in
business.
Daily Mail and you think like, teacher suspended for telling child she's a bit fat or something, you think, blimey,
The world's gone mad.
that's
You're-
gone mad. But
Well,
like, she's already in shaky ground, putting
Once
them on the
you've
floor.
got a kiddie lying down on the floor, I mean, when I was filming at that school the other day, as soon as I went to give one a cuddle because it was so cute, he said such cute things. Because what the basic item is, as you know, actually, because you helped us write it, the basic item is, out of the mouths of babes and children, like they'll say, like, if you go to them, what should we do about immigrants and all that? It worked incredibly well, actually.
Did it?
Yeah, if you go to them, do you think we should make them do tests? Oh no, there shouldn't be any tests. Let them come. It's okay. We're all one people. They're
Did
like
they say that? Because normally kids are quite harsh.
I was trying to nudge them towards viciousness, but they wouldn't go. I tell you what, the headmistress was fit.
Oh my God.
She was well fit.
Really?
She's about a 34-year-old black woman, gorgeous, married, I think. She seemed quite a little bit stern. But I've always liked the idea of a headmistress, even when I was at school.
Did she have a costume?
She was wearing what I would call a red frock. But it was Comic Relief Day, wasn't it? So,
so she was dressed up for that.
yeah, but I mean, it was just a red frock. Red, dark skin.
Didn't you once have sex with a policewoman?
Now, what was that?
That was brilliant.
What did I do to a police lady?
Took that
in particulars.
When you had a couple of air hostesses and you made them keep their outfit on.
Yeah, because otherwise they come in a jumpsuit. Now, that was in the bad sexist days. That, let's face it, behind us now.
Oh,
this
God,
is new
yeah. No, this
revolutionary Russ. A good guy, a fighter for rights of everybody who you can even imagine
Who's just
being
said
alive.
that headmistress was fit.
That is that sexism. Luckily,
No, it's not. I don't know why people are so quick to be offended these days. You can't say anything. I think it's bad, right? If you make people scared to talk or to, create a culture of fear of each other. You can't say that. Oh no, like we mentioned that lady with. Well, no, he's a bloke with a beard who dresses as a lady, Conchita Wurst, and we were accused of transphobicism.
oh no, that's not going to help.
No.
We've
But
got to
we
be
weren't
careful.
being horrible.
Look, I'll tell you what it is, mate. That's why Jeremy Clarkson's popular, because he's the lone crusading individual who says what he means and means what he says. He's not afraid to stick his oar out or plug his finger in or waggle his winky woo. He's the ultimate. He's the ultimate racist. He's the ultimate individual, and with the ultimate individual product, the automobile. He's a sort of a kind of model of new individualism. We've reached the 45-minute mark. There's so many things to cover. There's Catholic phone calls from God. There's a phone call to Noel Gallagher. These will all be in the next Russell and Matt podcast. But for now, why don't we hand over to Poet Laureate of the show, a man called Mr. G, a man who's been rhyming things ever since I was a little girl growing up in Denmark.
This poem's called The New Song. The ego's curse is that it hears but won't listen. It can touch but won't feel. Yet it lings without longing for double-slit appeal. Genius flows with rotation and sway, stepping on the postmodern magic carpet with 50 stains of grey. But have we escaped the ironic basement, only to be lost in translation? Surely this cage we're all fighting is the global currency of nations. Some state the theory of convergence is where the world becomes the same, but life's melodies will carry us to the future. A new song awaits to be played.
Woo! Oh, bravo, that is actual poetry.
That was
and
good.
people say there's no
Slits
such thing
and
as
grey
new
stains.
culture. Grey stains, you talked about there, bloody good stuff. You got Ling Long Ling in there. Good show, was it that one, Matthew?
Brilliant, I thought, yeah.
Much legal.
Bit illegal.
Bit illegal there, bit illegal, I would say. Well,
Get our lawyers to go through that.
Oh, Christ. Do tune in to Sunday's podcast on the Russell and Matt show.
On Audio Boom.
Yeah, fair enough, mate, fair enough.
Brought to you by Audio Boom.